finishing everything Roger and the daughter.
Look, there's a wet, tacky substance on her palm. Appears to be paint.
It's institutional beige.
I'd describe it as more of a taupe or a sand color. Perhaps even a muted coral with a hint of abalone shell. Am I being wordy?
A little.
What do you need?
There's paint on the victim's hand. Can you find out which area of the courthouse is being painted today?
Any idea where to start?
Wherever she was coming from.
Well, let's split up. I'll look too.
All right, thanks. Where are that?
Roger was telling me that he and Judge Harper were old friends. They went to law school together.
We had lunch today to put together a competition. She's gone.
Ashley, does your mom have any medical conditions that you know about?
No. My mom was really healthy.
Do you know why she wasn't in the courtroom when you started the competition?
No.
I didn't even see her name.
I asked Judge Manning if we could wait for her. He said he'd take away points if I didn't start.
Is there someone that can take care of her?
Doesn't her grandmother lives with them? I'll take her home.
That's great. It's Frost. Hey, Frost, push on speaker.
Frankie found what looks like a left palm print on the northeast stairwell between the second and third floors.
It's the stairwell closest to this courtroom. Anything else?
Her purse is on the landing.
Can you show me?
Where's her wallet?
Right here. Full of cash and credit cards.
So it wasn't robbery.
Sergeant Korsak, do you have your magnifying glass?
Oh, meu Deus. Ai, meu Deus, me solta.
What is it?
I was examining her neck. I noticed blood. There's a tiny puncture wound at the base of the skull. Could be from a hypodermic needle.
Someone injected her.
Look at this. Appears to be a scratch.
Yeah, from a hypodermic needle.
How'd you know?
Well, you pointed, and she has the blades of a lever.
Yeah, she has an old injury. Fracture of the left patella. See the pins?
Yeah. What does that tell us?
I don't know yet.
You know, she put her husband through law school when she was a paralegal.
She was an extraordinary woman. And now her kid is an orphan.
This makes me sick.
We'll get it, Jane.
I hope so. It's just not right.
It's never right.
Got 10 or 15 cases on her docket every day. Drugs, guns, murder.
It's your average day for a felony trial judge. Did you go through her briefcase?
Yeah, mainly research, case law, notes. She was well organized. This one's marked extension, so it's empty.
Maybe she was reviewing extended sentences.
She leaves her chambers on the second floor and arrives on the sixth floor at 5:10, talks to her students, then leaves the courtroom at 5:25, but stumbles back in and dies at 5:36.
Wait, how do you know it was 5:36?
The kid who played the court clerk hit the time clock when Ashley stopped her opening statement.
Okay, so we found her stuff in the stairwell, which says to me she was going back to her office. She was a runner, so how long would it take her to run down and back up 4 flights of stairs? Ross?
Okay. This might be something. She was assigned a high-profile prescription drug case. The defendant was a prominent doctor.
Wait, selling drugs?
Yeah, to the 2-6 gang. His attorney filed a substitution of judge motion today.
So the doctor didn't want Judge Harper to hear his case. Why would he? She was tough on professionals who commit crimes.
Yeah, she refused to recuse herself.
So maybe the doctor thought the only way to get Judge Harper off the case was to kill her.
Doctor could cook up a lethal injection.
45 seconds.
For what?
To run up 4 flights of stairs.
Above and beyond the call of duty detective.
So why was the judge gone for 11 minutes? Did she stop and talk to someone in the stairwell?
Maybe she knew her killer.
That would explain why the only defensive wound is the scratch of the needle on her hand. She reacted too late after she'd been injected.
What do we have on security cameras?
The whole building's covered except the stairwells.
All right, go through it all. We need an exact list of every person who's in the courthouse today.
Thanks, Frankie. Jan, you hear what Tommy did?
Does it involve a shark?
Yeah, what an idiot. Ross, maybe you can talk to him? I tried. He called me after he saw Marcus Shark's ad. If he'd just chill, he'd eventually get 6 figures. At least that's what my guy says. Sounds about right for having to be trapped inside a collapsed building for 8 hours. You guys could have died. I still have residual pain in my wrist. Tommy had a head injury. That's Judge Harper's law clerk. I had her come in. I say why? She's hot. It's part of the investigation. She's too smart for me.
You have me confused with my brother.
You could be in.
No. You heard Jane. I want you to go through all the security footage from the courthouse, make a list of all the people who entered and exited, check the court dockets too. Come on, Frost.
I'm sure I find where the doctor was when Judge Harper was being attacked.
We noticed she had an SOJ motion on her docket. Did she pass on the legal sufficiency, or did she assign the recusal to another judge?
How do you know all that? Are you a lawyer?
No, but he played one in high school.
You did mock trial. Me too. Judge Harper didn't recuse herself, so the doctor had to go before another judge for a final ruling. That motion was denied late this afternoon.
Like I said, killing Judge Harper is a way to get your case reassigned.
I can't believe anyone would want to kill her. That doctor was the exception. There were plenty of defendants that wanted to be assigned to the courtroom.
Why is that?
She believed in rehabilitation and tried to assign defendants to prison programs that could help them turn their lives around.
Any attorneys or defendants on her other cases that were squawking about her?
Just the routine stuff.
Any grievances filed against her?
You'd have to check with the CJC.
Commission on Judicial Conduct.
Thank you, Counselor. When's the last time you saw Judge Harper?
Right before 5:30. She ran back into her office to grab something she'd forgotten.
What was it?
I didn't ask. She was rushing to get back to her daughter's competition.
When did you leave the courthouse?
Around 5:30. Oh, come on. I loved my boss. She was one of the few judges that made it possible for women to advance in law.
Did Judge Harper ever take the stairs?
Always. She was a fitness nut.
Any health problems you know of?
Being a judge is stressful. Sometimes she'd complain of dizziness, fatigue. A few times she...
Tell us what you know, Miss Barlow. This is how you can help her.
A few times it seemed like she was slurring her speech.
Like she'd been drinking?
Yes.
Ai, que show exemplo, mãe.
She dissected the judge's liver. You're sure she wasn't a drinker?
Yes, her liver was near perfect, no sign of alcohol abuse.
You ordered the Satan special?
Seitan. It's a wheat protein used as a meat substitute.
Okay, I get it. It's theme night. What? We're investigating a mock trial. You ordered mock meat.
It is very nutritious. They dissolve the starch to an insoluble gluten and then cook this elastic mass.
Ai, ai, cabeça. Cabeção.
Panel results from that.
What? What are you talking?
She were busy accusing me of ordering food from the underworld. I love Satan.
Chega.
She tested positive for the presence of amphetamines.
Judge Harper.
It could be a false positive. Many drugs share similar metabolites, but I will have to test everyone with a similar chemical makeup.
Again, with the testing.
Yeah, you could be one of the most impatient human beings I know.
But you're not sure.